and it's like
Welcome back to the wonderful world of Ryan. Today we are talking about the burrowing owl. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button below and go hit the notification bell above so that you can find out more about these wonderful animals. So just so you know, this is from a past trip to Utah's Hogle Zoo, and we are going to be looking at the burrowing owl. Now the class is birds, order is Strigiformes. It's Strigifores. Family Strigidae. Strigidae. Genus Speotyto, which is Speotyto. Species Cuniculari. Cuniculari. So about these birds, the burrowing owl. The burrowing owl's range is from Canada down to South America and the Caribbean. So they have a fairly large range that these birds fly. So their habitat is open prairie, desert, farms, also found close to civilizations. So they don't seem to want to be near things. So you see how there's that pipe there in the middle? So you see the one bird is burrowing and playing in the dirt at the one end, and the other one is standing on the rock. So characteristics of these lovely birds. Roundish head with no ear tufts, yellow eyes, short bulbous beak. The legs are long and slender and covered with spare feathers. The short feathers, like hair-like feathers on the legs, terminate in separate bristles on the feet. The wings are long with outer 3 preliminary notches. The tails very short and square and plunge in pale to chocolate brown. Streaked and spotted with white on the back, and the wings and the tail barred with white. The breast and underparts are white to buff, spotted on barred white, on barred with brown. The eyebrows and below the beak are white. Juvenile coloration is similar to adult, but not as heavily spotted. So that's interesting. So these, I guess, are mostly characterized by their spottedness. Behavior. Burrowing owls are very active. When perched, they may bob up and down in a series of bows and occasional flip into the air. They are the only small owls which habitation perch on the ground. They have become so territorial that they are particularly terrestrial, that they are practically flightless and will often run on flat or flatten themselves against the ground rather than fly when disturbed. They are largely diurnal and crepuscular in hunting activity. They will hunt for an observation point and will hover in the air close to the ground, pouncing on the prey, burying talons in the back and pecking viciously at the neck. Burrowing owls catch insects in flight. They often live in permanent paired pods, sleeping in underground burrows, sometimes with several pairs in the same area. Burrowing owls used to breed in colonies, but they have largely disappeared in recent years. Now only in sustainable terrain where food is abundant will there be 10 or more pairs in a 2 to 3 acre site. Okay, so that's kind of cool that that's what they do. I like that they are kind of getting into this, like, they're into the colony type thing, but it's sad that they went away. So their reproduction, courtship begins in April with the pair sitting together, rubbing hands and issuing soft cooing sounds. Nesting begins in May with broad sites around abandoned holes of prairie dogs. So they like using other people's abandoned houses. That's different. Badger, skunks, armadillos, North America prairie dog, rattlesnakes, and owls have been found in the same burrow. Oh, so they make good neighbors. Nest may be lined with grasses, dry cow dung, or horse dung. The odor from the dung helps protect eggs from predators. They may have what? They may enlarge the tunnel or dig their own if necessary. And if the ground is soft, the clutch has 5 to 9 glossy white eggs, which both parents incubate for approximately 1 month. Food is brought by both parents until young are fully fledged, usually sometime in July. Young are often found out of the burrow, but near it, awaiting the parents' return with food. They are sexually mature in 1 year. So you only have to keep these birds around for about a year until they have to go. So, interesting facts about the burrowing owl, also known as the billy owl or the ground owl, found in all parts of Utah, migrating in northern part of the range, leaving Utah in November and are returning in April. Okay, so these, they really like their dry, arid plainness because that's what Utah is. Conservation. The burrowing owl is endangered in Canada, threatened in Mexico, and species of special concern in Florida and most of the western USA. It is in a state endangered species in Colorado. Burrowing owls are protected under the Migratory Treaty Act in Canada, the United States, and Mexico. That's okay. I did not know that. Alright, so the length of the wingspan are 24 inches, about 2 feet. They get to be 9 to 11 inches tall, unless they're standing on a rock. They weigh 6 to 7 ounces, which is practically nothing. They live 6 years, so no wonder they only live with their parents for about a year. That makes sense. Mainly large insects, some small rodents, reptiles. Oh, what their diet consists of. Rodents, reptiles, amphibians, and other birds. So they eat small birds. Predators. I like how the first one listed here is man due to encroachment on habitat, plowing, destroying, burrowing, and shooting. Eggs and young birds are vulnerable to skunks, opossums, and snakes. So it's really interesting to me to see that these are things that are happening to the poor bird. And it's a bird that's happening, it's being endangered here in the United States. So don't forget to become vigilant and active in helping protect these birds. Now, don't forget to join the wonderful world of Ryan by hitting the subscribe button above and hitting the notification bell below. So go ahead and do that. And again, thanks for joining me with the wonderful world of Ryan.